from beautiful South Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Miami Dolphins. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Dancing away at the 35. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes the catch. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second and 6. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
Now, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
Good footwork at the 30. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll set up to throw.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Nothing our score after 1.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw here.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Gets this one to Hill. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Handoff right side to Wangu. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 31. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll go right back to Wangu. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free.
In motion, Hill. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Right back to him on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Second and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He'll drop to throw.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Hey, watch the slant. 58, boy, 58, 60 Bobcat.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll throw now on the final play. And going deep for Hill. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, to stop.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. A run with Mostert up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 31, check 31. Watch twins, watch twins. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 58, right over there, yeah. Mike, ready.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
19 Tiger. Check 13.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Another run now for Nwangu. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
18 Cardinal.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I got you.
They'll drop to throw. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here we go. Pass the 60.
He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it, and they pick up another 1st down there.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Show it up. Show it up. Check it.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion, Hill. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And some room to roam now. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts 22. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
55. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Give left side here for Nwangu. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And that almost makes it a brand new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now by word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And some room to maneuver. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. 89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Taylor. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Again, it's Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from the 5. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back and intercept interception return for a Colts TD. The try here for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker, as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Colts are on their way to a 2-0 start. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 24. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it into
double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know. And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Yet another interception.
interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. Open man downfield is Hill. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running the counter with Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players